Previously on MRG.
Hello everybody, and welcome to round 4 of the GT Revival 1960 Championship, brought to you by Sim Racing Online, as well as SSS Garage, bringing us this amazing mod. Today we are going to have a wonderful time here at Brands Hatch. It looks like a beautiful day. All right, we've seen Johnny. Let's jump on down to Freddie Hill here. He's on a time lap here. See what he can do in one of those Merrick skins, it looks like. MRG. Coming up into Sheen. This is, if you get this right, you can just catch an up curve to stay on the gas and keep yourself out of the grass there. Really good stuff. Sterling's is a tough one too. As you come down the clearways into Clark Curve. You can take yourself an up curve to get on the gas as soon as possible to get that speed. You can on the Baton Curve, but then the Paddock Hill bend here is really tricky. Where do you lift? Where do you brake? You gotta cut this just right to keep you out of the sand. You can hear little tires are screaming a little bit. Now, in this particular version of the track, it is paved out there. So the drivers are quite relieved to see that, I can assure you, because you can really lose it right there and be in a world of hurt in that gravel and watch you drop like a rock in the field. Okay, let's see if Smythe is still out there. Another Cobra driver. He is yellow in Sector 1. And there's the green, and we are off racing. And it looks like Missouri gets a good start. John D. Gutierrez a little bit slow as Krylov kind of gets the jump on him as they're heading into the hill. They're all getting through. Let's check it out. Oh, and he's got it a little bit wide there. Gutierrez in trouble. He's going deep. Can he save it back on that? He's very grateful that that has been paved as he's dropped himself down about 4 or 5 spots. But all in all, everybody's through, it looks like. Let's catch up the back of this field. Tree in the Porsche, and it looks like somebody's off. That looks like Rizzi going off a little bit in the back there. Okay, and then bringing up the tail end is wait a moment. We got some cars off here. Who is this? There's a little bit of cluster. Oh, I can't quite make it out, but it looks like who's that back there in the Austin? I think they've all got through. Is that Cyberstein? No. Ricardo Gigante. Okay. There's another car around, and that was Giuseppe Baldoni. Oh, Giuseppe. Hopefully he can get it out, but here is the lead. And all of that fuss, it looks like Krylov has found himself in the lead. You can see Gutierrez back there. Jacob Smythe got around him. It looks like the two Merrick cars are both in front of him, Freddie Hill and Smythe. So Gutierrez, after that beautiful pole run, oh, he's getting some flashes. He's getting some flashes. Oh, and that's Vandergeest right behind him. It's Gutierrez. Oh, he's getting blocked off. A little bit of defense already in the early part of this race. These guys are duking it out. Holy smokes. Going into Paddock. Gutierrez has the inside. He gets the nose in front, but can he hang on? It looks like he is going to make it. All right, so Gutierrez finds himself back, moves himself up into 4th. All right, Woody had a little bit of trouble there, just a quick moment, but Freddie Hill now finds himself in 3rd place. I'm sorry, behind Mazurek. Back to the pointy end, these guys. It's like Freddie's looking at Krill there, the Mustang with Gutierrez in tow. And Vandergeest back there in 6th. Vandergeest. The Cobra's kind of getting away from him, but perhaps he's saving it. Anyway, up at the pointy end, we got to have a battle here for the podium. This is Freddie Hill in a sandwich there between Gutierrez and Krylov for that 3rd position. You see Krill in that Mustang. These guys are trying to keep Zurich within the zip code here. as they come across in order. Oh, and Freddie Hell sets a new lap time on 138.4. Meanwhile, we got some battle going on. Let's not leave these guys out in the back here. Let's go down to Pilcher and James Rizzi and Phil Brown and Gingate are all in the battle for 16th through 19th. So these guys, it's a little bit tighter than it might appear. Freddie Hill at the point. Here we go. He's getting a little bit of pressure from Gutierrez. It's Cobra versus Cobra. Gutierrez looking for a way. Looking to the inside. With the drag race to the top, and Gutierrez gets the inside. Can he hang on? He doesn't. He takes the spot away from Freddie. That's a nice move by Gutierrez. Gets himself back up into the podium points. Finding himself in third, and nicely done. Not too far behind them is Smythe and Woody and Vandergeest. Vandergeest still holding 7th place. There is John. This is 7th, 6th, and 5th right there. The Hill pushing on Gutierrez again as they make it through the top here, heading up into Paddock Hill. All right. The Rizzi and Brown, looks like Phil Brown has gotten around and finds himself now in 18th. Stefan Winham in 19th and Rizzi in 20th. Back here, Rizzi's got a little bit of a trouble. Gets himself off, but gets himself back in the race as well. So nicely done to keep it going there, Rizzi. Here, battle with Hightree. Hightree's giving Randy Merrick a little bit of the business here. And Stefano's kind of sitting in back there waiting for a mistake. So the Porsche finds himself in a sandwich between the Jag and the Cobra ahead. But Hightree, hang on to it, Mark. Oh, looks like he had a little bit of mistake, and that's going to let the Cobra around. So Stefanos gets around Hightree. These guys are just 2 or 3 spots back out of the paint position. So tough break for Hightree there. As you can see, he just lost it a little bit coming out of that sector 3 there, coming out of Sterling's. See what he can do coming into Clark Curve. Get a little bit of momentum. Looks like he's got good speed coming up into here. Oh, look at that. Merrick's wide. Merrick's giving up the spot. Lost it a little bit wide. Hightree sneaks himself right back in there. As now we've got Dogger and Erickson above, just in front of these guys. They're still duking out, as you can see. Merrick trying to keep it on the flat stuff. So Hightree back into 13th. Stefanos in 12th, Erickson in 11th, and Dogger. With Smythe now catching up to Woody. Going to give him a little bit of battle for 4th place. We are 15 minutes in. 45 to go. I believe we'll start probably seeing some pit stops here within the next 10 minutes probably. 15 minutes maybe. Oh no. It's for real. Okay, let's check back on group, and Merrick here challenging Pilcher for 14th. He's caught up to him. And Freddie Hill at the pointy end is caught up to Gutierrez. So this is the battle for the lead as they are coming around the lap traffic. That is Gills in the Austin. The Silva currently in 17th. So 40 minutes remaining, and the leaders have caught the first group of back markers. I believe that's the first group. I could have missed it. But nonetheless, they both got around with no incidents, so good going there. Check the battle for 5th. Here's Vandergeest. Looks like he's trying to make a move on Smythe. We will get back to that battle for the last points position in a minute here, because this is for 4th position. Smythe holding on. Vandergeest. Oh, Smythe's getting a little sideways there. These guys, 38 minutes, but they could be starting to feel the tires getting a little greasy on them. see if this Ferrari's got anything for him. Now, that Cobra seems to have some really good legs on the straights. Like I said, all around good general purpose car. Get that Paddock Hill bend, turn right. You get a lot of momentum heading up in here to Druids. Let's check back here with Wynnum and Merrick. There is Stephen Wynnum and Randy Merrick just ahead of him there. So this is 15th. And that corn-fed Cobra right there. That's got some corn power. Meanwhile, second place, Freddie. About a second and a half off of Gutierrez, who's got himself a nice little gap now. And then the gap down to third is huge. You can see it's 17 seconds. So the top two have separated themselves. Oh, and he's coming in now. So this could be very effective of what's going to happen with the duration of these pit stops. As Freddie's pitting from second with a huge gap, 17 seconds back to Smythe. Gutierrez continues. So here comes Smythe now. So Smythe will assume second position for now as he comes through. And Vandergeest is going to move up into third. These two guys have got themselves up. Let's see. Where's Freddie? He's still fueling. So Vandergeest. Merrick just gets a spot. Merrick takes a spot away from Wynnum. Puts himself up into 14th now. They're coming across the start finish in a drag race. Cobra versus Cobra. Stefan gets the edge and comes back on the inside. Heading down the hill, up into Druids. Merrick's a little bit wide. It's okay. It's all paved. So Randy taking on 14th per minute. As he goes through the inside, he's going to try and get it back because he's currently in 15th. It's Wynnum holding on to 14th. And now he's with the switcheroo to the inside and a little bit of contact. And they're both going. Oh, and Merrick goes around. A little bit of contact, same place that Gutierrez. They both go around. So get it back out there, Randy. You're not going to lose too much there if you can just get it back. There you go. So there's the gap because they kind of both spun. So no harm, no foul. It was just another race incident. That is a tough trick as part of the track. Happy as a clam on that one. Nicely done as he's moved himself up into 5th now. That's going to bring Estrella. Can Estrella get around? And the Bazzarini. Freddie Hill all over him. This is going to close the gap big time. Let's see where Gutierrez is as they come around the Clark curve. Oh, he's coming in. So Estrella's pitting. Freddie Hill is going to assume the lead, I believe, unless Gutierrez got out. Gutierrez is just now coming out. And there is Freddie. Yes, sirree. There it is. The race for first place. Nicely done. That was pretty good timing by Gutierrez to get a pit stop done and come out and not lose the lead. Very nicely done. And that was also due to Estrella coming in for Estrella for his pit stop. So now perhaps fresh rubber and full tank of gas here to go for the second half of this race as we have 28 minutes remaining. So just over halfway. Pretty crazy stuff going on here. So Merrick also now pulling in for his pit stop. So you see Merrick in the pits from 17th. These guys are duking it out. The battle for 5th now is Smythe and Vandergeest. Does he have anything for that Ferrari? You hear the throats of that V8 and that Cobra. See what's going on here with Freddie in the lead. So you can see the gap is about 1 second between first and second. And then some 16 seconds back, we have the third place Woody, who's got a 6-second gap on Vandergeest. And then we have Jacob Smith, Mike, about a second off. So this is a good race here. These guys are within a second, Smythe and Vandergeest. Meanwhile, up at the pointy end, Freddie Hell still keeping pace with Gutierrez. Gutierrez not running away with it, just keeping that 1 second gap. It kind of ebbs and flows a little bit. And then up at the top here, we got a pit stop now. Freddie is now in the pits again. That's going to move Woody up in a second. Freddie's coming out. Here comes the rest of the pack. These are lap cars, I believe. So Freddie now coming out of the pack. There is Neil Woody. What is Freddie? Freddie comes out in 5th. And I believe Vandergeest sitting on the podium. So there's 1 lap car there. All right. See what's ahead there. Get an idea who's who. See, that is Dogger in 13. So he is down a lap from the car in front. Zurich now in the pit. So the final pit stops here for some of these guys on a 1-stopper. Some of them are on a 2-stopper. Those guys might have been stretching their legs. Let's see if this thing will let us know if anybody's had a 2-stop. I'm not showing anybody with a 2-stop, but that doesn't mean anything. I'll refresh it, see what happens. Yep, I don't see any 2s. All right. Showing the current gaps. He's got a half a minute gap on the second place of Freddie Howell. Then Estrella's back another 22 seconds. So Vandergeest in 4th, Smythe in 5th, not too far back. And here comes Freddie Howell. Getting around Stefanos, who had that off. Freddie, your second place car. Pretty widespread out here. It's that 30-second gap between the leaders. Says a lot about this race and tire management and pit stops. There is second place. Making his way through the Clark corner for the last time. The 11th place car of Stefanos will get 1 more lap to drive as there takes the checker to second place. There we go. There is your winner, Gutierrez, Freddie Hell, Mateus Estrella in 3rd. John Vandergeest takes a 4th place home today. Well done. Jacob Smythe in 5th.
Coming up on MRG.